Okay guys, I want to take y'all on a little tour of the greenhouse today, a little update on it here. We're going to start on this end here. This is our Block 4 comfrey. It looks like it's doing extremely well here. We have, let's move around here, we have a black walnut tree that we've just started from the seed. It's coming up real good. We still have our bell pepper plant here. We're going to be moving it outside here before long. We've got our Creole tomatoes here coming up in one of our little containers here that we got planted up in the sunlight here. Our peppers hadn't come up yet. We have them in the back here. Coming down, we still have our cilantro growing here, and you can see in the background here we still have some of our red peppers there, the red Marconis. We just got through picking a bunch of them yesterday, and we've got a, get back here where we can see, we've got a tomato plant here. It's about to get too hot in here for these tomato plants, so we're going to have to be moving them outside. These are the little, get them around here where you can see them, little blueberry tomatoes. They're getting red. Move across here, you see a couple more of them there. They're starting to get ready. This is some seeds right here from our romaine lettuce. We're letting it go up and go to seed in here. Come back down. Show you one of the things we're having to deal with here in the greenhouse now. This is one of the things in South Mississippi that we always tell y'all about that is an issue. You see this right here? It's fire ants. It's almost impossible to keep them out of our containers in here, because I'm going to move my hand here. I'm going to show y'all something. You see that right there when I move that? You see how many ants that is? I'm having to battle these in the greenhouse now because they have gotten in here and it's almost impossible now to get them out of here. They're just moving from pot to pot now. What you're looking at here is one of my sweet potatoes. We have our sweet potato draws that's come up here. This is the ones that Tommy and Ethan planted in the containers here when they were here, and you can see this one here, it's done got up to where it's getting really big. So Tommy and Ethan, if you see this, you see some of the fruits of your labor. I'm going to move across here and you can see some of the other sweet potato draws that Tommy and Ethan planted here in this pot. Go back and look at the video of them and you'll see where we have them in the greenhouse putting sweet potatoes in the ground, and it is working. And then we'll take this dirt, hang on just a second, we'll take this dirt and we'll push it back over those. Cover them all back up. And then I'll come back in. Yeah, we'll come back in again.
Okay.
We'll push all this back.
Now, if it doesn't have a sprout coming up out of it,
just doesn't matter. Just lay it
anyway?
in there anyway.
Yeah. That is right about there. Okay.
Yeah, right about there is fine. Just got some more Chinese lettuce in the background there seeding. We have a cabbage here that is actually starting to head up on us. We have another Chinese lettuce here going to seed. It's the time of the year for all this to take place. Moving across here, you can see some of our, these are our Marconi peppers. We've been eating out of this greenhouse all winter long. Got some more over here. Get them up right there. These big old Marconis turning red. Nothing like a fresh Marconi pepper when you're getting ready to sit down and eat a meal there. And we actually have some bell peppers here, I see. I didn't realize these were here. We got some bell peppers popping in here. One there. Another one here. I actually see our pepper turning red right here. Got a bell pepper here that's on the way to turning red. So yeah, it's going to be some good eating on that. And we have a couple of tomato plants in with them. And we'll come up the moringas. we have the moringas. They have survived the winter in the greenhouse. We got one up here. This one actually bloomed. I don't know if it's going to have any seeds on it or not. I'm not sure. And then we've got another one here. And we're back down to the comfrey that I was telling you about a while ago, the block 4. This is the homestead box we got and planted the seeds that that they sent. We see we have in this one here, we have the bullnose peppers. We have the yellow pear tomatoes. We chose the Japanese white eggplant in that one. And in this one we chose the Roma tomatoes. And you can see we have virtually a 100% success rate. Fruits of your labor from the homestead box. It's all growing. Of course, there's our wand that came with the homestead box. We are using it whenever we water in here. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it on the greenhouse. Alright y'all, this is English peas that one of our YouTube friends from north central Mississippi brought us. We don't actually know the name of them. He said they're just an old variety that came from his mother. And he said they grow about 6 to 7 feet tall, so we've got them in a pot here. We're going to be letting them grow up there this year and just see what they are. We've got them separated from our others so that we can save the seeds from them. Alright, what we have here is one that's going to show you this is the green romaine lettuce that we have growing in one of our containers here. We've got a wire cage around it to keep the animals from getting to it, so it is looking really beautiful, y'all. Okay guys, this is the red romaine lettuce we have in one of our containers. We also have the wire around it to keep animals out of it. It is just doing fantastic right now at this point. We're going to move over here to this is the comfrey, the block 4. We left some outside to see how it would winter. This has wintered fine in the container outside, so we'll probably be moving this underneath some of our fruit trees. What you see here in this particular barrel is the white fingerling potatoes we got. They were from Russia supposedly. We have 4 container barrels of them here. We're going to be growing some of our fingerlings in the barrels as an experiment this year to see how they actually produce growing in a barrel. Alright, this is one of our black containers here. We've been raising our mint in just to make sure that we don't lose it. We kept it in here over winter. It's a new variety that we're trying here on the homestead. This one here is just now starting to come out in this pot. These are some containers here. These containers you see right up front, right here up to right about, I think it's right in here somewhere. These are all apples right here that I've dug up. They're my rootstock. As soon as they start leafing out, we're going to be grafting them. And in the background back here, these are all peaches that I've started from seeds. And we're going to be going in and grafting them as soon as they get big enough to do some grafting on. What we have here, we have our ginger. It has gotten so warm now that all the ginger is starting to pop up out of the ground. Alright, you can see here, this is our Jersey asparagus. It supposedly is a hybrid, so we're going to see how it does this year. It's starting to sprout back through the ground. And there's some of it that's already come up and turned into the little ferns, and on down there's some tall skinny ones there. They've come up, so we're waiting to get a good start with it so that we can actually begin to enjoy it. Here we have some of our fingerlings, our white fingerlings we planted up here in the garden. We had a few left, so we stuck some at the end of the onion row that's here to see how they would do up here, and they're popping through and doing real good. And then what you see over to the side, that's our elephant garlic. We have a long row of it growing at the edge of the garden here. And here we have our 6 collared plants that we have got stuck in the ground now. They're doing good. We've had to put a little fence around them to kind of keep the rabbits and stuff from getting up here and messing with them. But okay, what we've got here, this is our English peas, and they're coming up real well. You can see them on both sides of our fence. We've got 2 green rows there, and on the other side we have 2 green, and on the other side we got 2 green. It's going to be pretty close to getting time to start working the ground beside them here before they get too big. And it's gotten warm enough that our lemongrass is starting to come back out. We've got just piles of lemongrass. I mean, it's a long row of it. We have our horseradish growing here that we got from Alderman Farms. We've actually got 3 places that we have it coming up here. This is one of them. And then there's 2 other spots down here at the end of the bed. You can, let me see if I can find them here. There's one right there. And then there's another one right on the end of the bed right there we got coming up. So hopefully we're going to have our start of horseradish. And then right in the middle right here, you see this thing sticking up right here? This is a little fig tree we got. This is our Alapaha blueberries. They're beginning, as you can see right here, you can see they're beginning to bloom out, and they're putting new leaves on, so it's getting time to start getting the fertilizer to them so that we can get them taken care of. And we got this whole field of them. There's like 50 trees here. Alright guys, we got our mulberry tree here. I wanted to show you, it's kind of really early this year, but look at the mulberries. They are on this thing everywhere. Here we have our carrot bed. We've been eating out of this end of it. We've already harvested the other end down here and canned all them. We like 20-something jars of carrots out of that. So this end here we decided to just eat fresh on a daily basis until they're gone. Alright, this is where we're at with our strawberries. You can see right here the blooms, and then look here at the nice little berries we're starting to get on them. We've got a lot of them on our plants here. They're starting to come along real well. Just plant after plant's loading up with berries. You can see them in the distance over yonder. There's some berries there. Blooms on all of them. The dirt patch haven't helped me with, and it has berries all in it also. This is our older bed. We haven't done anything to it. We're just going to let it go this year and harvest out of it because this is 2-year-old plants. So last year we'll leave them in it. This coming year all these plants will come out, and they have young berries in them also. Okay, this is my grandfather's fig. This tree stock here is probably 100 years old. From the same root stock. I have it here on my place. I have the only surviving one left in my family. And we can see right here already we have figs on it in February. Actually, it's March today, isn't it? It's the 1st of March. Alright, this is our big fig tree. It's coming on good, and even now, the 1st of March, there's figs on this tree already at the 1st of March. Alright guys, this is one of our wild edibles at Deep South Homestead that just comes up and around here just wild. This is our huckleberry, and it's already loaded with green huckleberries everywhere. Let me see if I can get in here and maybe get up some of them up here and show you. They have huckleberries on the tree. This tree is loaded. I mean, I'm sitting here every limb on this tree. It don't matter where I look right here. There's huckleberries. You come up, look, there's huckleberries. Huckleberries everywhere. Alright, we're back up at the herb garden here. Wanda just got through adding a bunch of leaves in here out of the yard. As you can see, some of the herbs that overwintered well are starting to pop back out. It'll be a couple more weeks probably before this thing will just be a luscious green herb garden again. We're waiting for that moment. We've got herbs everywhere starting to pop back up from the green. Alright guys, this here is my tomatoes that I planted here a while back. This is the, I get where you read it better that way, the Amish paste tomatoes. We planted about 75 of them right here. So these are going to be our main staple of tomatoes this year. We have better luck with them as far as making pastes and stuff out of them. They can better, and then of course I've got more potatoes here. This will make 80 pounds here that we've put out this year as soon as these get through drying, and the day for planting below ground crops comes along. We'll get them in the ground and we'll have all of our potatoes in this year. Alright, what's happened here is the power company has come in and asked us to remove the 2 cedar trees we had coming in our driveway here. So we've taken them down. We took one down on this side right here, and we took one down on this side of our driveway right here, and we've replaced it further out away from the power line with 2 apple trees on each side of our driveway, so that we still have our trees coming in. We're going to take you around. We're going to show you the trees because they have a lot of value to them, and we're letting them dry so that they can be used. Here's one of the cedar trees we cut down. It's probably about 20 feet tall. We've got one laying here. We're letting it dry so that we can use it for different things. We're going to grind the limbs up, cut the base of it up into different projects, and then we have the other one that we took down over here. It was about the same height, a little bit larger in diameter than that one was. We're going to be taking this particular tree and cutting slices off of the base of it and making things to use here at Deep South Homestead and to put on our Etsy store. So we're going to not let any of this tree go to waste. Alright, we've got some of our Irish potatoes here. We're on the hill behind the house. We've got these long rows we've planted. You can see the green potatoes just come up all down them. Of course, it had to be a windy day out here today, but we've got a lot of Irish potatoes coming up. We've got, what we say there was, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of them over here. But you can see our sugar cane here, how it's all up at least 12, some of it's 10 and 12 inches high. This coming next week, we'll be fertilizing and plowing it, getting it ready for the springtime. We're going to leave y'all with a few things blooming here on the homestead. It's the 1st of March. Thank y'all for watching at Deep South Homestead.